Dear brain-dead leftists, the Labour Party have just announced that if they win the next election, they will allow thousands of unvetted illegal migrants into this country. All these young men, and they are young men, are fighting age and radically Muslim. There's even videos and pictures of them doing the ISIS symbol, pointing to the sky, representing Allah, or even saying that they are Taliban. We are letting terrorists into this country, but of course it's nothing new. Nothing new. The person who carried out the Manchester Arena bombing was an immigrant picked up by our own Royal Navy. A Syrian refugee picked up by our own Royal Navy went on to blow people up in an Ariana Grande concert. Well done. Also, due to statistics, most British Muslims support ISIS. Is it any wonder why when ISIS was in the Middle East, ISIS fighters were often named the Beatles for their British accents? Well done! Well done! Well done! A fucking great example of integration there. Shamima Begum, a radicalised jihadi, was allowed to get radicalised and then fuck off to the Middle East, and now wants to come back. And what do you, brain-dead leftists, do to this absolute scum? You make a fucking TV show about her. You promote her. You say that she should be let back in to the UK. Well, I tell you what will happen if she is. If Shamima Begum is let back into the UK, she will blow herself up. This country is in a dire state. A dire state. Thousands of homeless British military veterans are starving on the streets, whilst thousands of illegal migrants are given homes, are given spending money, and are given free credit cards, all at the taxpayers' expense. And you, brain-dead leftist, say that this isn't enough, that we should pave over our green aisle to make houses for these migrants, these illegal migrants who have come here illegally. And, brain-dead leftist, let me say this. If you so vehemently defend gay and trans rights, like you tell us, if you are for equality, truly, then don't you agree that most of the men coming here are from Muslim countries where they criminalise being gay? And don't you agree that these young men will want to criminalise being gay? There's already many statistics showing that British Muslims want Sharia law in the UK primarily to arrest and kill gay people. So thank you, brain-dead leftist. Thank you, Tony Blair. And thank you, every other lefty Prime Minister who paved the way for mass, uncontrolled immigration. You, brain-dead leftist, protested against Brexit. The very thing that could have stopped the boats, because you didn't want the boats to stop. No. You want the British people to be replaced. But whilst we're being replaced, whilst our demographics show that we're being replaced, you deny that we're being replaced. You say that the Great Replacement is a myth. Well, it's not a myth. I have seen the Great Replacement happen with my own 2 eyes. I have gone to Scunthorpe. I have gone to Sheffield. I have gone to Birmingham. And I have not seen white English people. I have seen Pakistanis. I have seen Indians. I have seen Bangladeshis. I have seen Arabs. All of whom are not English, yet invited here, and were not integrated properly with English law. And so, What do you see in these countries? You see women wearing the full burqa. You see women getting beaten. You see gay people getting harassed. You see Sharia law. That's what you see. This is England. But under your law, if Keir Starmer is elected, it'll be Englandistan. We need to sort this out. We need to stop mass uncontrolled immigration. We need a strong borders policy. But of course, you only call me a racist and an Islamophobe for the truths I've just spat. But I leave you with this, leftist. For your actions, and the actions of all leftists in Europe, the actions of the leftists in Germany, who gave out roses to rapists, the actions of the leftists in France, who so vehemently defended the Charlie Hebdo murders, saying they shouldn't have drawn a cartoon of the Prophet. Leftists in Sweden who tried to stop rapists from being deported. I leave you with this. For your actions and your selfishness and your failure to understand what you have done, thousands of European women will have their lives, careers, jobs and livelihoods snatched away from them. They'll be forced to see the entire world through the burqa. They'll be forced to have a male guardian, and they'll be beaten and raped by their husbands. They'll be married off at a young age. So leftist, let me just leave you with an image. Say that you have a daughter, a beautiful, happy little girl, and say that this happens when your country has changed demographically. It's entirely Muslim. Would you be happy with your daughter wearing a full burqa? Would you be happy seeing her wearing that ridiculous piece of clothing in the streets? Her beautiful face covered? And would you be happy when a 53-year-old paedophile who was an imam said that Allah granted him the permission to marry your 6-year-old daughter? And so you agreed, not wanting to be racist. And would you be okay if the imam waited until she was 9 years old, still a child, and then raped her without her consent? What would you do? Of course, you would do nothing as she gets raped, as she cries out for her mother. You do nothing. You don't want to appear racist. You don't want to appear Islamophobic. You don't want to stop Islam. And for your actions, Europe will suffer your effects. For your actions, European women will face the same treatment as that of women in the Middle East and Arabia. It's your fault what's happening to Europe. Yours alone. For criminalising opposing views, for criminalising truth, and for criminalising people talking the truth about Islam. It's your fault, leftist. It's your fault.